Today in Bible videos, we're gonna learn about the story of how the secret of Samson's strength got revealed. Are you ready to learn more about it? Let's get started. Sometime later, Samson fell in love with a woman called Delilah. Delilah was a Philistine living in the valley of Sorek near to Samson's hometown of Zorah. The rulers of the Philistines went to Delilah and they said, "Entice Samson to tell you what makes him so strong and how he can be overpowered. Then each of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver." So Delilah went to Samson and asked, "Please tell me what makes you so strong and what it would take to tie you up securely." Hearing that, Samson replied saying, "If I were tied up with 7 new bowstrings, I would become as weak as anyone else." So the Philistine rulers bought Delilah 7 new bowstrings, and she tied Samson up with them. She also hid men in one of the inner rooms of her house. Then she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you." But Samson snapped the bowstrings as string snaps when it is burned by a fire. Now Delilah got so angry and she told Samson, "You've been making fun of me and telling lies. Now please tell me how you can be tied up securely." And Samson replied saying, "If I were tied up with brand new ropes, I would become as weak as anyone else." So Delilah took new ropes and tied him up with them. After that, Delilah cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you." But again, Samson snapped the ropes from his arms as if they were thread. Now Delilah got angry and demanded, saying, "You've been making fun of me and telling lies. Now, tell me, how can you be tied up securely?" Hearing that, Samson replied saying, "If you were to weave the 7 braids of my hair into the fabric on your loom and tighten it with the loom shuttle, I would be as weak as anyone else." And as Samson slept, Delilah wove his hair into her loom, but again Samson broke free. Now Delilah pouted and said, "How can you tell me I love you when you don't share your secrets with me? You have made fun of me 3 times now, and you still haven't told me what makes you so strong." And she kept on nagging and nagging and nagging until Samson shared his secret with her. Finally he said, "My hair has never been cut, for I was dedicated to God as a Nazirite from birth. And if my head were shaved, my strength would leave me." So Delilah made Samson to sleep with his head in her lap, and then she called in a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. The Philistine rulers came with their money in their hands. Delilah cried out saying, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you." And Samson suddenly realized God's power had left him. He was powerless. The Philistines captured him, gouged out his eyes, put him in chains, and forced him to grind grain in prison. But before long, his hair began to grow back. And the Philistine rulers held a great festival, offering sacrifices and praising their god Dagon. And they said, "Our God has given us victory over our enemy Samson." And the half-drunk people demanded, saying, "Bring out Samson so he can amuse us." So Samson was led from prison so they could make fun of him. Now Samson said to the young servant leading him by the hand, saying, "Place my hands against the pillars that hold up the temple. I want to rest against them." And the temple was full with about 3,000 people on the roof. And Samson prayed to the Lord, saying, "O God Almighty, Please strengthen me just one more time and let me pay back the Philistines for the loss of my eyes." Then Samson put his hands on the two central pillars that held up the temple. Pushing against them with both hands, he prayed, "Let me die with the Philistines." The temple crashed down on the Philistine rulers and all the people. So Samson killed more Philistines when he died than he had during his entire lifetime. And Samson totally had judged Israel for 20 years. The end. And I hope you had fun learning the story of how the secret of Samson's strength was revealed. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Bible videos. Bye.